Welcome back to the Talking Hedge. I'm Josh Kincaid, capital markets analyst and host of your cannabis business podcast. So today we're going to take a look at how U.S. cannabis sales top 15 billion, with U.S. retail sales on pace to rise 40% in 2020 and near 37 billion by 2024. So according to the Marijuana Business Daily, retail sales of medical and recreational cannabis in the U.S. are on pace to eclipse 15 billion by the end of 2020, increase to approximately 40% over 2019 sales figures. However, with this pandemic, it's throwing a huge curveball down all of these projections. And so to date, spending on adult use cannabis in markets that aren't tourist driven has increased, as have sales in nearly every domestic medical marijuana market. We saw a boost in sales before everything was deemed essential business. And then as the government issued these relief checks, those are set to expire this week. So there may be a dip in sales. There may be a readjustment in terms of what people are buying instead of top shelf. It may just be what they can afford. So we're going to have to wait and find out. We're seeing new medical markets like Florida and Maryland, Oklahoma and Pennsylvania booming, more than offsetting the lost medical sales in markets that have legalized adult use sales, such as Illinois, Massachusetts, Michigan. So Oklahoma is especially notable, as more than 8% of the total population have registered as patients, a figure that far exceeds even the most optimistic initial projections, although we've said on this podcast before that Oklahoma is set up to be very similar to Oregon with the number of licenses. So I would expect a massive overproduction and then a collapse in the pricing for Oklahoma. Looking at sales in Florida and Oklahoma, they're expected to surpass $1 billion in each state by 2021, placing them among the most valuable and rapidly growing cannabis markets in the U.S. I tend to differ. I don't think that Florida is going to be the spot. You have powdery mildew, and there's no way that they're going to be able to grow indoors in Florida for the same price that someone is going to be able to do that on the West Coast. So I think there's going to be a lot of technology and money dumped into Florida when, in fact, it's not going to be optimum. But maybe I'm wrong. We'll find out. On the rec side, sales growth rates in mature markets like Colorado, Washington State, they rose or remained flat after several consecutive years of decline. In Washington, I talk a lot of trash about. I'm from Washington. I think Colorado has more tourist sales, not as much as Nevada. They just got absolutely crushed in Clark County and Vegas. But Washington State has been steady. Very, very surprising. We don't have a lot of tourism. And so sales here are looking better than most places because it hasn't changed or adjusted much. California's massive adult use industry continues to struggle with high taxes, although they're about to exceed $3 billion. So they're doing triple what everyone else is doing. But it's to be expected that they're going to have issues with the recent rollouts. So they're going to have to figure some of that stuff out. And so, like I said, even though the state has so far underperformed, they're still generating more revenue than Washington and Colorado combined. So California's recreational industry is expected to improve in the coming years as they adapt to the unique regulatory environment. And they'll just figure it out like every other rollout. MJ Business Daily is asking, is New Jersey the linchpin to East Coast legalization? So not long ago, New Jersey, New York, they were heated race to see which state would legalize first. But at least right now, all eyes are on New Jersey, which has an adult use initiative on the November ballot. A yes vote in New Jersey could trigger a ripple effect along the East Coast, so adult use legalization is seen virtually inevitable from Connecticut to Pennsylvania to Maryland. It's just a matter of when. With that, we're going to roll this one up. I'm Josh Kincaid. This is The Talking Hedge. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, or don't, and I'm out. Don't forget to smash that like button on your way out and check out these other videos that we've got.